Hi everybody, my name is Emily and I am a full-time library assistant here at the Yankton Community Library, and today I wanted to share with you three of my favorite books that are here right now, able to be checked out from the library. So number one, I wanted to tell you guys about Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is a retelling of the Greek myth with Achilles, and it is told from the perspective of his companion Patroclus. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but I think that's it. This is an amazingly lyrically written book. The style is out of this world. Madeline Miller does a great job bringing the world to life, and it's very accessible if you haven't read much of the Greek mythology. I really urge everybody to read this book. It is in my top 5. And again, like I said, it's accessible, so there's something for everyone in this, and the really cool part about it is it has a very heart-wrenching, like, horror story to it. It's character-driven, but the pacing is still pretty quick. It is so it's got action in it, it has war, it has love, lots of good stuff to love here, so that is my number 1 recommendation. Madeline Miller also has another book here at the library called Circe, and both of these, I just don't see them getting checked out enough. Circe was published in 2019, so that one is more recent, and it is the retelling of the goddess of witchcraft Circe and her her life trajectory. So it's kind of about her whole life. You may remember her as the goddess who ended up turning all of Odysseus's men into pigs when he stops by the island, and you might be thinking to yourself, reading a story about a woman stranded on an island for all of eternity sounds boring. It is not. It is very good. So highly recommend that one as well. Madeline Miller is a master. Okay, so for the second book that I wanted to share with you guys today, I have Pet by Akwaeke Emezi. As you can see, this has won a lot of awards. It has won the Stonewall Award for Young Adult Fiction. Lots of LGBTQIA+ themes in this book. This book follows Jam here, who lives in a city called Lucille where all monsters have been eradicated. If you are interested in themes of social justice or the Black Lives Matter movement, lots of big themes this year, right? I highly recommend this book. Very fun. It's a pretty quick read, and lots of really good themes here. Very good non-toxic masculinity, like role models in this book. I will say some notes on representation. Kind of cool. It's got an all-black cast. Jam here is a teenage girl, trans girl. And it also has a relationship. Her best friend Redemption has 3 parents. One of them is non-binary, so a lot of like cool themes in here that you don't see represented in literature very often. Recommend this one. And then thirdly, this one's pretty fun. It is, I think this is an underrated classic. So this is a first-person told point of view, think like Catcher in the Rye, but gothic horror. So it's called We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Shirley Jackson has also written, you may recognize her as the one who wrote The Haunting of Hill House, and that became a Netflix series. This is a really fun read. It is, again, pretty quick. It is the story of 2 sisters. Mary Catherine is the one who narrates the book. She's the younger sister, and then she has an older sister, Cadence, and they both live in a house on the edge of town, the Blackwood Manor, and everyone in their family died like on a dinner one night. And so the book is kind of like what happened that night, how did everyone die, who killed them, was it one of the sisters, their uncle survived this night, and he is now disabled and sort of lives with them in the house, and there's a lot of really good gothic themes here where you're like not quite sure what's going on, and Mary Catherine is kind of an unreliable narrator, but very underrated classic. Highly recommend this one. It's new to our library, and we also had the DVD, We Have Always Lived in the Castle, so it was a movie that I believe just came out in the past like 2 or 3 years as well, which we have. So definitely recommend this one if you love gothic horror and you're looking for some classics that you maybe haven't read yet. And then lastly, I wanted to bring your attention to two runner-up books. I won't go huge into depth with them. One of them is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. She has a new book coming out this year called Black Sun. She is a Navajo writer who writes primarily science fiction and fantasy. Trail of Lightning, if you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, check this series out. We have the second book, Storm of Locusts, here at the library as well. And then lastly, The First Sister, by Lyndon A. Lewis. I am currently reading this book right now. It's another science fiction fantasy book. If you can't tell, I love science fiction fantasy, so you can always ask me for recommendations on what's new in here at the library. But this one is a really fun read so far. I just haven't finished it. It's a rotating perspective. One of the characters is non-binary. Again, really great representation and a lot of fun. All right, so that's what I got for you today. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you later. Thanks, bye.